So we got a family-friendly business, and my back's against the wall right now because I'm kind of surrounded by what's mainly, this is a mainly white mob of people who kind of consider themselves like the great protectors of the marginalized folks, and meaning like they've got their own political correct way of doing things. We made a pin or a button. These cats took it and they were like, well, these people are transphobic and homophobic. And there's no way of them having a conversation about this without pulling in black and brown folks. Like, meaning, in other words, if you say something that they deem is against LGBTQ, these white folks start accusing you of being white. Like, they start saying, well, you only say that because you're white privileged. And these are all white folks, man. And I don't know, coming from Trenton, I'm not familiar with this kind of culture. You know, so they equated this harmless play on words as being violent and hateful. And before you know it, they're calling like my wife publicly like rape positive, white supremacist, toxically masculine, alt-right, activist, transphobic, homophobic. And when we tried to build with them about it and say, hey, listen, that's not our intention. But they went and they found my homeschool page where I'm talking about man, woman, and child. I offer a homeschool page called Big Fields Academy for anybody who doesn't have resources for homeschool materials that's near our culture. Meaning, even if they want to teach some of the concepts that we have, this is for them. They see me teaching about he and she, teaching my daughter the difference between he and she. And as soon as they saw that, they lost it. And they were you teaching gender clarity is not acceptable.
It's mad. It's madness.
So now they found my page, and then they linked that back to the 5% Nation. And so now publicly on sites that I don't have access to, they're striving to close my business down in the Bay Area. And they're doing it by means of like accusations that simply aren't true. Like, we don't treat anybody badly. We're always civilized to everybody, no matter where they're coming from. If I had a kid that thought he was trans in my class or whatever, or gay, whatever, my job is always to build them up for the future challenges ahead. My job, I never sit there and try to criticize their culture or this, that, or the other. I just try to, do what I can in general to build strength in a young person and shore them up. I don't interfere in that kind of stuff. But it's illegal. It's illegal to essentially, in their eyes, to even have a word in. And so, as much as we've tried to communicate with them, it's become really disrespectful. They're on like Twitter, shit that I'm not even on, like TikTok, Facebook, Reddit, and they're dragging us through the mud. And now people are getting this general idea that we're these bad people that are part of, they said, a terrifying cult. And so now my back's against the wall because I've said, I've explained myself, but I keep getting this harassment. And so I'm in a position now where I can't speak logically to anybody. Maybe they're right about the pun or the joke we made being a joke about safe spaces, but they're not right about us being like all these other terrible things they're saying. When they found the 5% Nation stuff, they were like, okay, well, we got to check off. They're not white supremacists, but now they're black nationalists. So whatever it is, man, it's just so I'm not part of this politically correct white on white war where we weaponize black and brown people against each other.
And to make a stand, when you're alone, this is what I'm seeing, man, that you're standing alone.
Wow.
You and your wife, man, have got, I'm grateful that y'all in the farmland area, that you're 2.5 miles away from the center of the shit, man. But these people, man, it seems like they're the slightest thing, what you do in innocence, man, they take it and magnify it to something that it's not.
Not being part of it, not being like a trans activist is just unacceptable in the place where I'm operating. And I guess until now, nobody knew what we thought or what our culture was. But now that they're finding out, it's becoming, like I said, I'm kind of being targeted. And
yes, I'm saying.
And well, go ahead.
Yo, can I add on to that? Can I add on to that, G?
Yes, sir.
Sure, no, Osborne.
This is twofold, right? Because I would like to add on to that based on the fact that this, the sun came to me, when I put it out there, that, I'm a 5%, I'm a guy here in San Quentin Prison. I'm from Oakland, California. I got roots in New York, I got roots everywhere, all across. But at the same time, me being here, I've been getting at the fine prints, and the son came, he said, yo, son, I'm here, right here in Alameda County. Holler at me. And so we built on that. However, these people are attacking the young cat, because of the simple fact he's spitting the truth. It's not nothing other than that. He bringing man, woman, and child, the universal laws of God. And I want those people, those very same people that is attacking the young son about to know this. I am on death row illegally. I am in prison illegally. Look at my record. My name is my honorable name is Aaron C. Stanley, Cornelius Stanley. Look at my record, 1991, Alamedans County, Oakland, California. I was up against a racist district attorney named Theodore Lambert, who used the word nigger 3 times. I'm here illegally. They illegally tested. They had a criminologist that was suspended. Now, that aside, understand what the young son is doing. The young son is fighting freedom, justice, and equality for all the marginalized people, black people, the people out there in society. Understand this. Before, you know what I'm saying, the son said, hey, man, this is what I'm doing. This one. You had no knowledge of, you had no idea who he was. But as soon as he said, hey, look, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm doing it, and listen, he didn't even bring me up. And that's the unique thing about it. He didn't even bring me up. I'm sitting in prison building a nation. You understand me? So our people can get out of prison. You understand me? So we can be respectable people in society. So we can be civilized. Instead of coming out thinking about some mystery man and be returning to prison, we're building a process. He didn't even mention me. But you people are attacking this man, you know what I'm saying, attacking his business because you feel some kind of way. How do you think he feels? He's way away from where he come from. How do you think he feels? How do you think what kind of understanding do you have in your mind against the man, woman, and child, the original man, woman, and child, original Asiatic nation? What kind of idea do you have in your mind if you're fighting for rights? I am from Oakland, California. I know for a fact that there are hidden racisms in California. They're hidden. No, they in New York, they're out front. In California, they're hidden. You might not see them until it's too late. Then they try to cut your heads off. Understand what I'm saying? This is right here, because he's European, doesn't give European people the right to attack him if he's speaking truth, if he's speaking facts. Because he's European, doesn't give European people the right to attack him if he's speaking truth, if he's speaking facts. Because he's European, doesn't give European people the right to attack him if he's speaking truth, if he's speaking facts, if he's building on the truth, if he's building on the facts. We have been lied to all our life. The United States government is a process of a lie, and therefore the process of that lie causes people to act strange when they hear the truth. But you got people up bucking them down the street, condemning my main man right here, son, and then you got people shooting and killing people in the middle of the street and just walking off. In Alameda County, which is a racist town, believe me, I know I'm from Oakland, California, but they hidden. They hidden, man. They not out there like you see.
There's no lunch program. Sorry to interrupt, but just so you know, like I know what it looks like to have a community of people that wants to create something good in for inner city, black, brown, candy stripe, whatever.
That's right.
They know what that looks like, and they don't focus on that. They go on the internet and accuse each other of being white or not being PC, but they don't run any type of like substantial program that you could be putting that energy to. They don't put it towards there. So my thing is like I don't care what other people do with their lives. I'm not I'm striving to control that.
I'm certain there must be somebody that's for lack of a better word, that's political, a councilman or someone then that is opposed to what they're doing as well. Because in my mind, if they use the media to attack you, then the counterattack must come through the media. I'm thinking perhaps you should do a press conference, man, to state your case, to let everyone know exactly where you stand. That your businessman is not, trying to engage in dialogue or anything with them, man, right? You be your way and to us be ours. You have a vested interest in that community because you're a business owner in that community.
No, we donated every single school that ever asked for 10 years. It doesn't matter least bit to them. You know what I mean?
Right. So just from that fact alone, you should have a body of support for your business.
What you donate?
Of course, it's a safe zone.
Their movement is so all-encompassing, right? It's so all-encompassing that I almost have no friend out there because everybody is terrified. Even the people that love and support us, but they're so terrified of this community, right? And what they'll do that they won't speak up at all. So I know there's people watching and saying, hey, this guy's making sense. He's not trying to cause any trouble. This button was harmless. But at the same time, they're using all their muscle to try to humiliate my family, try to destroy my business. And like I said, I know that violence isn't the answer, but as a man, I don't know where to, what the next step is, because I've said, hey, call me. My number is everywhere. You see my business, you see the number you call me on is the same number they can call me on. And they've never tried to dialogue with me. All they do is try to, drag us through the mud on the internet, because like I said, I'm out of answers. And, and it's a very high profile thing, and it's very difficult to figure out what the next move is, because I've kind of exhausted logic and reason with these folks.
Right. These people don't function on logic, because if the truth don't stop a man, nothing will.